Today I am replacing the valve cover gasket on my 83 Camaro. As you can see, it's leaking out onto the head over here. It's been leaking out onto the exhaust and spark plug wires down there, and it pulls up on the intake manifold. The oil does. So something's going on with the gasket, and one thing I want to make you aware of, just these spreaders for when you mount. It's only 4 places that mounts on the valve cover itself, so you can over tighten it, and we don't want to do that. But what happens if you put too much pressure on one spot, it doesn't spread out, and it creates a weakness out here. So that's what these spreaders are for. But there's just 4 places, so you can see where the oil has been pooling up, and so I'm going to take that off and replace that gasket. Okay, so now that the valve cover is off, I'm just going to come through here and get off all the remnants. There's a little bit of gasket here and there that didn't, just cleanly come off. I don't know if the camera can see all this little bit of stuff right here. So I'm going to use a plastic putty knife and be careful, and I'm just going to take a towel and get all this cleaned up. Here's what I'm going to be doing next. Okay, so now I have both surfaces clean to accept the new gasket. So this is all cleaned up. There's no remnants of the old gasket there. Now I've got the old the valve cover cleaned up. There was some goop stuck down all over the place here, but the cover's in good shape, so it's all cleaned up. So now I'm off to get the new gasket. Okay, so I'm back with the picked up the gasket that I need, and I decided to go with the rubber gasket. I'm not going to use any adhesive. I'm supposed to be able to not have to use adhesive. If I was to use adhesive, it's got to be oil resistant, obviously. But I've replaced valve covers before, and it's just a mess, and there was goopy messes in here, and I almost wonder if that was part of the reason why it was leaking. It just seemed like there was places where it was built up really thick here, the adhesive, and then there's places where it was like just missing just a little bit, and I wonder if maybe that was the problem. But so I've got the new gasket, bought a 2-pack, and now I'm going to put this in here without adhesive. I also bought these spreaders. The top side had spreaders, the bottom side just had like a washer. And what it is, because there's only 4 bolts that hold these on, these will go like on the upside and spread out the tension from this one bolt. So now I've got the rubber gasket sitting on there in place. Okay, so now I've got this valve cover back on. I'm going to alternate these 4 bolts as I snug them down. Okay, so there's the valve cover back on, and I've got my spreaders on here just to help even out these pressure points, and there we go. It's all back together with a new rubber gasket.